Hello everyone, welcome back to Same Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So today's tutorial will be looking at the bustier we have right there on the thumbnail. It's actually a back bustier, so but it has a cape crossing it. So to begin this tutorial, the first thing we want to do now is to build the cape on the bodies. It's actually a simple cape, but I would love to build it right on the bodies. So our cape is going to run from the midpoint here to the midpoint here. So that is how we are going to take the cape, and the cape is going to run all the way to the under bust line. So instead of building the cape right here, I just thought of taking the measurement because the cape is actually a squared cape. So from here, I'm going to take the measurement of my cape. Can you see that? So I have 21 inches. So simply, I'm going to cut my strip of the width of the cape. I'll be making use of 5 inches. So I will have my cape built on this line, this way, like that, like that, like that, okay? So I'll be cutting a strip of 5 inches by 21 because I've taken the measurement of my cape from here to the under bust at 21 inches. So I'm going to note it down. My cape is 21 by 5 inches, okay? It's going to be a rectangle cape of 21 by 5 inches. So I've taken note of that. So we'll now jump into the drafting of this, and once we are done drafting, I'm going to cut my rectangle of 21 by 5. That is going to be your cape. Alright, so if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section and your suggestions as well. So here you can see I have my basic bodies already drafted, and I've connected my mid shoulder line to the bust point. That is the first thing you do, and you take your bust radius measurements. You can see my bust radius is from the bust point measurement to the under bust. Whatever thing I have, I rotate it all around. So if you have been following this channel, you know that this is the basics and the first thing you need to do. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now, we want to talk about the neckline. The neckline we have right there is actually asymmetric. That is why we have the full bodice pattern right here. So because it's asymmetric, my neckline, I'm going to drop it from natural neckline by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect it to the mid armhole, to the mid shoulder line. So it's just like a canoe neckline. So I'm just taking my time so I have it exactly like the canoe neckline it is. And then I don't want to use my pattern ruler because sometimes the pattern ruler might not actually give you what you want. So I've built my neckline. This is my new neckline from one midpoint to the other. Next, I want to talk about the shoulder line. The shoulder line we have there is a drop shoulder on one side and a normal shoulder on the other side. So being a drop shoulder on one side, simply I'm placing my pattern ruler from here. The shoulder line, I'll be measuring 3 inches. That is standard for drop shoulders. So I keep pushing to have my shoulder drop at 3 inches from this point. So that is that. I have it at that point, and I'll just come in. You can see that. So next I'm going to do, I will position my ruler to blend up from my midpoints. You can see how I'm placing my ruler. I need it to blend right into the armhole. Okay, I'm blending it back into the armhole. So you can see what I'm doing right there. So from here, I'll pass through the mid line, and I have my drop shoulder. So from this drop shoulder right now, you see there's a sleeve attached to it, okay? So on the sleeve attached to it, I have a detailed video on how to make a drop shoulder with sleeve on this channel. So I'll be dropping the link for you to watch how you can attach your sleeve to a drop shoulder. Okay, so the link will be on the description box below. Please, you can click on it so you'll be able to know how to attach your sleeve when you have a drop shoulder. So at this point or moment, I'll be leaving this the way it is now, and then we'll be jumping into the upper bust contour line and the under bust contour line. So for the under bust contour line, we have a yoke right here. So I'm going to make use of what I have here, which is my okay. So I have my bust radius right now, as you can see. So I'll be adding 0.5 inch to it, okay, to construct my neckline. So the neckline I have right there is pretty simple. I'll just connect it like a sweetheart. It depends on you. It depends on what you actually want to make there, okay. But of course the cape is going to run through there. So I've connected it. I'll also go over here. I'll measure the same thing I measured at this point. I'll place my pattern ruler on that point and I'll bring it back there, and then I'll place it back on this line. So this is the yoke we have for this particular dress. So this is exactly how the yoke is going to look like. Then like I said, the cape is a rectangular cape, 21 by 5 inches. So I will continue with my upper bust contour line. Normally from here we go in by 0.75. So I will advise you to turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day it comes, so that you can follow up the classes as they come, so that when we are drafting it will not look like film to you. Okay, so that is the under bust contour line. So the same thing I did here, I'll repeat right here, the over bust contour line. Okay, so we are not replacing any dots here, because the neckline, you can see it running right into the armhole. So we don't replace necklines when they run into the armhole. The armhole takes care of everything. So from the center front on the bust line, I'll be taking my bust contour line, taking your tape around your under bust, divide by 4. Whatever thing you have, you mark, and whatever you have remaining, you'll be putting 0.25 right here, and the rest of whatever you have. Mine is 1.25. I'm going to impute it at that point. So people, I'm contouring my under bust right now. So whether you're on a plus size or normal size, this method works perfectly for us. So I'll connect this to this, and then I'm going to connect this to this, as you can see. Alright people, so I'm repeating exactly what I have right here. And then we'll cut out this pattern and make the basque part of this. Okay, so, but because we have a basque, I want to say something very important before we continue. Because we have a basque, and the basque we have right under there, we